You are listening to the Next Level TechCast with your host, Mark Garajanian.
What's up, everybody? Mark Garajanian back for episode 4 of the Next Level TechCast. Got a good buddy of mine here. I've been involved with them now for the past few years. Todd Gertis of RowOne, now the president since the RowOne relaunch in 2020. Todd, super happy to have you. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Appreciate the invite and appreciate the partnership that we've got with Next Level Distribution, and look forward to talking with you today. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, one of the real reasons I want to talk to you is the exciting new chair that we have that I saw a couple press releases, one from Furniture Today, one from Twice, and Furniture Today, I think, called it the anti-home theater chair, which is kind of like, oh, wait a minute, what is this? And I think it's super cool that we're able to create new revenue opportunities for our customers, and we'll get into that. But let's maybe start with a quick history of your company since the relaunch in 2020, kind of what you were trying to accomplish now becoming the CEO or the president of RowOne.
Yeah, no, I think, that's a great place to start because, not everybody knows RowOne and the heritage of RowOne, where it came from. And so RowOne started in 2008, and it actually was born out of the bankruptcy of Circuit City and the Theater Extreme stores. So not everybody knows even who Circuit City was at this point, right? I mean, that was quite some time ago at this, but that's what happened. So the original founder of RowOne, he and his wife, they bought the assets of Theater Extreme, which included some chair designs and some woodworking products, and RowOne was born. And then if we fast forward to 2017 time period, I joined that team as sales and marketing director for RowOne, worked for them and was specifically brought on board based on my experience in the industry. Been in the industry in general for 26 years now, 10 of those years as a CI integrator in Southeast Michigan, and then working for different startups and associations. And that's how I met the original founder for RowOne, and went to work for them. And, we built those relationships, worked really hard, built it up to a top 5 recognized brand in the CE Pro annual survey. And ultimately that led to the opportunity in January of 2020 to put together and execute an acquisition of RowOne. And so the new logo over my left shoulder here was kind of the catalyst of announcing to the CI community that RowOne was under new ownership, with me being the new CEO, and we wanted the brand to recognize or look new to the CI/CE community. And we went to work, and here we are, just celebrating our 3rd year anniversary of that happening. So
yeah, and it's been great dealing with you guys. I was a rep for you before. Now I'm doing marketing for Next Level, and we're the only distributor of RowOne, and it's been a fantastic partnership. I think one of the things that kind of sets you apart is, it's very easy, very streamlined group of chairs that you guys have. They're affordable, they're quality driven, and they're tech driven as well. They have, you talk about, they're all reclined, they have USB charging. So you're able to hit, everything per se, having chairs for, more of an entry level theater up towards more luxurious. The great thing I think that you've done is to set you guys apart is getting into the design space with a new chair that you are offering now I believe you said you're going to get them in next week. We're taking pre-orders for them now. And this hits another, I guess, category for a different look. Like I said, it's more of an anti-home theater looking chair where you can sell it into any room, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Being able to just sell, furniture, sell chairs into not just a home theater, sell it into a living room space, right?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if you look at like the first 3-year journey of Row One, like in the pandemic, we had the backs of the CIC community when most competitors didn't have product. So, one of the pillars of Row One is being in stock.
Right.
So, our lead time is 0 days. Are we perfect at it? No, but we're pretty good getting through the pandemic for the majority of that time. And we, as you mentioned, like we narrowed it down to one collection, 4 chair styles. And we started out in the beginning, those 4 chair styles were all home theater chair styles, right? And on the affordability front, where most of our competitors in the CEDIA space will be at like 2,500, 3,000, even 5,000 per chair at retail, the advantage that we have for the CICE community and furniture retailers now is this 1,000 to 1,900 per chair pricing, and that's to the consumer without sacrificing margin. So, being in stock, affordability, backing your product. We've got the best in class warranty in the industry. So that's a third pillar of why dealers have come back to us. I'm extremely grateful because as we sit here today, we've got over 250 independent retailers, mainly CICE retailers across the US that are now authorized to sell and display Row One chairs in their showrooms. And if that didn't happen, we couldn't come to the point of what you mentioned, the anti-theater chair. So,
Right.
so why did we do that, right? Like, why be so aggressive, And the reason is, last year we launched the Cortez. It was our first new from the ground up. Took some initial feedback from women, specifically about like, hey, what don't you like about our home theater chair designs, right? And they gave us that feedback. We launched Cortez. We made some inroads into that female demographic who's making most of the decisions as it relates to furniture when it's outside of a dedicated theater room, right?
Right.
And so we made some inroads, but not enough. And so we took 2 years of data, like just tell us, what do we need to do?
Right.
And the anti-theater Calvary, which is the first home entertainment chair group style in this brand new category that we call anti-theater or home entertainment seating.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things of hitting this market too with the design, getting into different rooms, is sometimes when you're quoting out a theater per se or a media room, I feel like in a lot of cases when people are trying to, or clients are trying to cut things, sometimes the chairs are, the ones to go. The great thing about Row One is it doesn't have to be because they're affordable. But with the Calvary, you can almost use it as a lead in for other things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Right.
it hits. It's a beautiful chair. It still has all the tech features like you mentioned, but it's a beautiful looking chair that can fit in different places.
Yeah.
Now, I believe you also want to bring this up too. They come in different colors and there's fabrics as well. There's a leather and a fabric, right? Just so we can. And what we'll do is during this podcast, we'll post some pictures. It's on our site. We'll have it on our website. But maybe just review of like what does set it apart to kind of make it that anti-home theater chair.
Yeah. So if you look at like a traditional theater chair, it's got a high seat back, right? So that's a pretty distinguishing feature. But and that was one of the things that women said. They're like, if you look at our living rooms, our family rooms, our bonus rooms, our basements that are open media rooms, right? Um, they were saying like, we don't want that high seat back design.
Right.
We have contemporary styling with a low seat back. It might have some power recline, but from a look standpoint, that's what we need, right?
Right.
And we don't want to see the cup holders either. Like, we acknowledge we've got, a lot of cup holders in our luxury SUVs or cars, but we don't want to see them in our living room. So address that. So we have this sliding arm pad. And it resonates the same way with the dealers, the CIC dealers of Next Level. The truth is, they're all doing a lot more work in living rooms, family rooms, great rooms,
Right.
and other manufacturers in the space are giving them that opportunity with ultra short throw projectors, with 85-inch plus flat screens. And so we needed to bring that home entertainment anti-theater message as strong as we could. And the fact that you mentioned, like, it can start with one chair or two chairs and
Right.
grow, because a big benefit of row one is kind of like have it your way, right?
Right.
Maybe the client can only afford a love seat in the beginning, or only has the space, or we don't have the skew to make it do a right hand turn in the family room. But that's coming in CEDIA 2023. So stay tuned.
All right.
So a
Little
little
sneak
preview
peek. All right.
to the people.
Little teaser.
Peek.
Okay. I
So,
like it. So we'll have to talk.
Two arm, armless, left arm, right arm. But come CEDIA, we will have corner wedge and a chase lounge.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, it's our first chairs with fabrics. Women in living rooms needed fabrics. We have two fabrics we're launching with, a taupe and a charcoal.
Right.
And we'll have a third fabric we launch at CEDIA.
Yeah. So I think it's super exciting that we're able to, and that was, starting these podcasts, I wanted to, show off, new ways to sell it. I mean, I don't say it's a down economy. It's just kind of uncharted, so we have to think of different ways to be successful, different spaces. The other day we had talked to Peerless about their Neptune outdoor displays and selling, speakers and lighting outside. This is perfect for, the design space and being able to sell furniture now, and not just as for the home theater, for all over the house. So we're going to have your chairs on our website. We're going to show off the look of them, so you can place your orders through Next Level, and we can build however, like you said, we could fully configurable. So we could build them however you want, whether it's a 2-arm, whether it's a love seat, it's a full couch coming soon. Like you said, you're going to have other variations of it. So looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, the message I want the dealers to know that work with Next Level is remember that furniture is another category that you can choose or not choose. If you choose it, we're going to be there to support you. We're going to give you great margins, and you never have to handle it, because Row One Last Mile is direct from the warehouse to your customer's home. And so the combination of those things, with the last forecast, which is that home entertainment furniture as a category of furniture is forecast double-digit growth for the next 3 years. So get on board, get a hold of your Next Level sales rep. Like, we are so thankful for the partnership, Mark, and looking forward to being a part of the future growth with you and your dealers. So, yeah.
Well, thanks again, Todd. I really appreciate you joining us. Yeah, we'll try to schedule this again later on this year. Maybe we'll have some more information on the new chairs. But yes, make sure you contact Next Level to start quoting out some theater seating, and maybe some non-theater seating, right? Some anti-home theater seating. So, Todd, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.